everybody, and welcome back to Spiritual Successor, a comedy video game design podcast where we take your horrible, nasty, bad video game ideas from all over the internet and turn them into the next AAA titles. I'm your host, AJ Hart.
And I am your other host, Blake Rea. Welcome to the podcast. AJ, how you doing today?
I'm doing really good. Blake, today is Sunday the 21st, which means that this week, you know what happened? You know what we got to delectably chow down on this week?
Smash introduced 2 new characters that were thirst traps for the entire Smash community.
You're right, baby boy. It was a Nintendo Direct week, and we got everyone's super excited. We got Xenoblade Chronicles 2 reps in Smash now. I know everybody was chomping at the bit for that game's representation. I am unironically excited about them because I think that having the Zelda mechanic, like the Zelda Chic mechanic, back in Smash is very fun and very cool. Also, the designs are really nice. Like, I know, like, there's the whole thing of like, haha, boo-bee, like, whatever, but the designs are good. Like, it's super cool, like, light up LEDs all over. Those girls got RGB.
You know what's fucking crazy, actually? Now that I think about it, you know what they remind me of? They remind me of, like, Studio Trigger, because it has, like, a certain Pro-Mare energy as well as, like...
It's because they got RGB lighting. Yeah.
Yeah, they got... Well, because they have, like, I think it's, like, they have the X's all over their armor plating. Like, the ones, like, on their arms and shit, they have, like, the green X's on the forearms and shit. And it's just, like, it's very striking. And also, they're, like... Oh, God, who's your favorite character to enter? I think I like
what?
the one in
what
the one
did
in
you
red.
Just say to me?
I'm trying to ask. Sorry, I'm a little bit spacey today. I'm trying to remember the name. It's Pyra and Mithra, right? Are the names of the 2 characters? Who's your favorite character, Pyra or Mithra?
I honestly
who's your favorite character design?
I couldn't tell you. I don't remember them very much in my brain.
Have you ever played Xenoblade Chronicles?
Have I ever played Xenoblade Chronicles 2? Of course not. Nobody played Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
You know, I'm sure whatever you said was very funny, but I heard none of it because of our shitty phone connection.
We're not even on the internet. I want everybody to understand. We had a bit, like, for the longest time, ever since I've done my move, we've had, like, connection issues while we were over the internet. We're on a cell service connection right now. We are on a phone call through T-Mobile, and that's how bad my service is. When I tell y'all I'm out in the boonies, I'm not joking. I'm in the woods. I currently have been dabbling with a remote editing job, and my internet is so bad that when I need to get footage for that, I have to load my laptop up into my car, drive down into the Starbucks, and download footage. The Dead Rising Let's Play that we're releasing currently on the channel, all of that footage has to be downloaded from a Starbucks parking lot.
Well, hey, it could be worse. You could have to podcast from a Starbucks parking lot, which I don't know. It might. I hate
the way things are going.
That's what we could do. We'll do that. Well, it'll be a fun little Patreon tier. AJ
it won't be fun.
Each of us are gonna go to Starbucks and fucking podcast from the parking lot.
Anyway, yeah, we had a Nintendo Direct this week, and it was super fun. We've got all sorts of fun games on the way. We've got a dodgeball game, which I hope won't be like a Ninjala situation all over again.
Well, I think that situation is going to be interesting because I think it's going to be a lot like I'm trying to remember another sports game, like Mario Tennis. It was like, hey, that's really fun for like a week, and then nobody talked about it afterward.
Well, the problem that I have with Ninjala is that the demo was its own nightmare, but the game itself feels like Dookie.
Mm-hmm. Well, because didn't you try logging in for early access and had to wait for hours?
That was the demo. That was the demo, and it was its own beast. But like the game itself, do you know how it operates on the Switch?
I have never seen anything from Ninjala other than like the loading screen that you were waiting on during your stream. That's the only thing. You stream the game? Like you're playing it remotely?
You play Ninjala remotely.
Why?
That's why it's such a small download on your Switch, and like that's how you're connecting to someone else's thing. It's like the Google Stadia attempt, but on the Nintendo Switch. And the Nintendo Switch is known for its super good internet connections.
Well, I don't know. Like streaming games, I used to be kind of not really for, but I think that's just kind of where the future of gaming is going, and I think we just kind of have to accept that. And like, don't get me wrong, like I love physical, like having a nice beautiful wall of all of my game cartridges and shit just to look at is like it's cool. It's like it's a sense of pride and stuff. But like at the end of the day, I feel like all of our shit's going towards digital, and that's scary. But it doesn't bother me as much as it used to. But the fact that it has to work,
Sorry, I'm just double checking that I'm not talking out of my ass about the whole Ninjala being played remotely thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you and I talked about it before, so I wouldn't be surprised. The one thing I do got to say about Ninjala, though, even though it does play like ass, all the character designs are wicked fun.
But we're not here to talk about Ninjala. We're here to talk about the games that came out on the Nintendo Direct. You, of course, watched the Nintendo Direct, right, Blake?
No, I was busy playing. I don't know what I was doing during the Nintendo Direct. I think I might have been at work.
You were at work. Yeah, it was on a Tuesday at like 2 p.m. You were at work.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about the news that mattered. No More Heroes 3 is coming out in August. Pyrrha and Mithra are coming to Smash. There's some new run and gun that's a deck building game, it looks like, called Neon White, I think. That game seems dope.
Oh, wait, no, I know which one you're talking about, because they have like the fucking sweet like white masks, right?
Yes.
Oh, dude, I am wicked excited for that. I have not seen I don't know, like there are some games where I don't have to see gameplay. I could just see a poster and I'm like, oh, that aesthetic I love. Like Katana Zero was one of them. I didn't need to see any of the gameplay. I just saw like the sweet like rainbow RGB like neon sign, and then the guy like doing like the sweet
sometimes the aesthetic is enough.
Neon Abyss, yeah, this game looks so fucking cool.
I don't really have anything funny. I was just wanting to talk about the Nintendo Direct a little bit. It's got a lot of cool games that I'm excited for. Nintendo really banged it out this week.
Yeah, dude, nothing wrong with that. I think that sometimes it's just fun to talk about how cool games are. But you know what? That's not what this podcast is about. We have spent we give the first 10 minutes time to talk about whatever we want. Sometimes it's our food fantasy. Sometimes it's talking about games we love playing. But you know what the rest of the episode's for, AJ? Talk about games that should not be made. So hit me with that first submission.
I got a submission from our Reddit from user Boomfruit. Spore Metroidvania crossover. You play as a mad scientist locked in some secure facility, but for some reason you have access to a lab. You must selectively breed creatures for abilities that will let you navigate and eventually escape your prison.
Okay. So are you thinking...
I'm thinking, like, we all played Spore and we all had a great time with Spore, but what if Spore was a little bit more conscious about the decisions that you were making and the power-ups that you were going out to hunt down, grab, and become?
Well, I'm wondering...
What are you wondering?
So the way I picture this working is you're some scientist who is in prison, correct? So like, what if we take this angle with it? One of the things in like sci-fi I noticed is like, or the evolution of how people see the prison system evolving is that rather than you being put on a prison on the planet you're from, you get extradited to like Mars, and Mars is the prison. The whole planet is that prison. So what I'm thinking is you are a scientist that has been sent to this prison, and your goal is to break out. So you have like maybe you smuggled some, it could be, this is really cool because we can do this double gameplay thing. There's this one VR game called Prison, it's not Prison Escapist, I think it's Prison Racketeur or something like that. It's a VR game where you are in your cell. And the gameplay is you're making a bunch of contraband. So you're like rolling cigarettes, you're making booze, you're counting your money, you're organizing it, you're trying to hide it, but you constantly need to be looking outside your cell to make sure no guards are going to come in and bust you. And if they bust you, you lose all your progress, you lose all your money, you lose all your contraband. You have to start basically from scratch. So what I'm thinking is you do this game where you start, the thing starts, you have your little chemistry set, you have to like Spore-like build a monster that you then put outside your window, and and then you can control it remotely. So
yeah, and then the gameplay changes and you play as the little monster that has to run around the prison and just continues to try to do your breakout.
but you constantly need to be switching back and forth between remote controlling that monster as it gathers more resources to bring back to you.
Oh, that's fun.
And looking outside your prison cell, because the moment they come over, if a prison guard walks by your cell and they see you with like a little fucking joystick controlling a monster or controlling something, and then they look at the monitor or whatever and they see like a first person view, guess what? You lose all your progress. You lose.
Oh, that's
they go
fun.
and hunt down that monster. So it's basically you have to sneak your way into building monsters. Then it goes out, collects resources that you bring back that allows you to expand your chemistry set or your genetics set, and allows you to build bigger and better monsters. And the ultimate goal is like trying to build a monster big enough to come back to the prison or strong enough to come back and break you out of prison. But how it works is could it be that the prison itself has a bunch of security systems? So like you just are doing different attempts to learn more, maybe, or like
of course the prison has security systems and like things in place to make it a little bit more of like the Metroidvania, which this brings me to a discussion that I want to hash out with you right now, because I have 2 points about this game that I need to make clear. And I'm going to just say we can either talk about terminology or we can talk about Jumba Jukiba.
I have no idea what that last word was.
Oh, you don't know about Jumba Jukiba?
No, I have no idea what you're saying, friend.
Which one do you want to? Which thread do you want to follow through then? Jumba Jukiba or terminology?
Jumbo Chikiva, please.
Okay, so the Jumba Jukiba thread. This is going to be the thread that takes us to our main character, Blake Ray. We're going to be playing as hit evil scientist Jumba Jukiba from the Lilo and Stitch universe. You might know him as the creator of Stitch.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's the end of that thread. The main character is Jumba Jukiba. You play as Jumba. You're creating experiments to get you out of prison. Now, the other thread that I need to go through here is the terminology. Blake, I hate the term Metroidvania. The submitter, our incredible friend Boomfruit, gave us the idea of Spore Metroidvania crossover. Now, Spore, we've used the term Spore-like gameplay before. Lots of people have. It's the idea of you going out, eating things, gaining power, having babies, and growing them. Obviously, Spore-like is a bad terminology for a video games genre, right? We have looter shooters, we have beat-em-ups, we need something else for Spore-type games. I propose to you Breed and Feed. Now that one's easy, right? Like knocked it out of the park, whatever, done and done. We know what. Like if I told you that we're going to play a Breed and Feed, you know exactly what I'm going to be talking about. Roguelikes, I heard the terminology thrown around that they should be called try and dies instead. Very good. Love that.
My issue with Breed and Seed is that Breed and Seed are the same fucking thing. You gotta pick
Breed
something.
and Feed.
And Seed?
Feed, as in chomp chomp, nom nom nom. Breed and Feed. Breed like
breed and feed. I thought you said breed
yeah.
and seed, and I'm like, those are the same thing.
No. Breed and seed is a bad name. I agree with you. Breed and feed is a good genre style.
Okay. I agree with you. Breed and feed. I think that's a good name, but the submission was requiring a Metroidvania thing.
Yeah, so and I hate the term Metroidvania. Can you help me find a better term for games like that? You know, a game like a Hollow Knight or a Metroid or a Castlevania or an Indivisible. Something
I've heard it described as trackbacks before because you're tracking back to like a
trackback is very good.
I've heard that. I don't know where it was. I think it might have just been on some like obscure like game review channel. But I think trackback would. I think it might have been on a Frederick Nunson, like on a Down the Rabbit Hole when he was describing some video game culture. God, that guy's so smart. So it's a breed and feed trackback game, and here's how I think. So this is how hey, we're committing to the bit, dude. So this is how I think we can get that trackback system in there. So this prison works for lack of a better example, you know, like an Attack on Titan, how like there are different cities between different walls, and that's all going to like the main city in the center. So what if that our prison complex is like that? So you are your scientist, you have to get your animal out there, make it big and strong and all this stuff, and then you go try attacking the first wall, and you find out the first wall has miniguns and barbed wire. That then you have to fight, and your character dies because your monster dies because it wasn't prepped for those things evolutionary wise. So then in your next run, you make it evolve to conquer that first wall. Boom, you got through the first wall, but now at the second wall, it's completely electrified and has a lava pit. Now you need to evolve your monster even more to be able to get through the first and second wall. So it's a constant, like, making it to where your monster is evolved to perfectly get through each of these walls. And your prison cell is in the center of this complex. And the only reason your animal was able to get out from all those walls was because it starts off so small. So I was able to, like, get through the rocks and stuff. So, because I think most people would be like, well, why don't you just have it spawn, like, right in front of you? It's a lot like that one game, is it Evolve, where your monster starts off so small and, like, puny and can't really do much of anything. And then as it feeds on things, it can grow bigger, and then it can become more of a nuisance for the hunters.
Yes, Evolve would, of course, also be... Does Evolve count as a breed and feed? No, Evolve was that asymmetric game, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was an asymmetric with a breed and feeds thing, because, like, your monster is feeding to get better. And if I remember correctly, I think there is, like, a tree of skills you can manipulate. I don't know. I never played that game.
Consuming things and evolving does not make a breed and feed. There needs to be the offspring component. Spore is a picture perfect breed and feed.
Yeah, that's breed and feed. I can't not hear you say breed and seed, because I just know
that's unfortunate. That's because we're on cell phones in the 21st fucking century. Because it's 2021. I live in the wilderness, and we're on a cell phone connection. So all of our consonants kind of sound the exact same, don't they, bud?
Well, it's also because I know you're kind of like an irreverent kind of guy, which, love that about you. You're a fun dude. So I just assumed it was seed because I know you.
Breed and seed. Hey, Blake, a breed and seed is a completely different type of game.
Okay, I think we got the main gameplay there. Do we want to go to another one?
Yeah, hit me with another one. We got a lot of bangers this week, so I want to just do a bunch of lightning rounds.
Yep. All right, this one will be nice and quick. So I've a little backstory on this one. I've actually held on to this submission for the past, like, 3 weeks, and we have yet to. Well, because we've yet to get to it, and, like, I just every week I think about it. And I'm like, I'm gonna get to this episode, and I never do. So I made sure that this is my first submission this week. This one comes to us from our longtime fan and patron Coco Snow at Connor Rain, a sea shanty rhythm adventure game called High Seas, letter C with an S. So
that's good.
So what I'm thinking is because I still don't quite understand it, but apparently we're in the sea shanty phase of this quarantine, which is pretty lighthearted. I love this. I think that's a fun vibe. So what I'm thinking is if we can we do a sort of rock band system where everybody has their own mic and you are given famous sea shanty songs, and rather than it's a performance based thing where, like, you're at a concert, you're performing for a cantina or something, your boat is powered by how well you are singing this song. And the whole point is you're trying to get your band,
but with raid mechanics.
With raid mechanics? So you're thinking, like,
you want to do massive multiplayer online team-based sea shanties. Yeah, is that where this is going?
Oh, you're thinking Sea of Thieves, but all of it's music-based? So
no,
it's
I'm not thinking Sea of Thieves. I'm thinking Guitar Hero, but what if there was a bunch of little Guitar Hero or Rock Band things, and everyone had to sing together?
Okay, and then that's what moves the boat. That's what fires the cannons. That's what, this or that. Well, but how do you do that though? Because would it be? You know what you could do. This is how it works. So say you have your team of 4, and you all have, like, rock band mics, and you're on your boat, and another boat comes towards you, and maybe it's another MMO team, or it's just like a scripted event. So basically, what happens is the when each person kind of like each voice controls a different aspect of the boat. So like player number 2 controls the cannons, player number 1 controls like the steering and whatever, and depending on how well you're singing is how well that goes. When a specific maneuver or attack is needed, that person's mic becomes isolated and all the other ones are muted on the TV, so they go into
and they get a solo.
Yeah, and that added pressure because I know if I were like singing in front of friends and like or singing together with friends and then everybody else's like mics get cut and I'm the only one that can be heard, I would just feel so much pressure. I would feel like so fucking on the spot, and then that's where like the wavering voice happens. That's where like the real test of skill, because like when people like feel that pressure and get through it, they'll be like, yeah, I totally fucking nailed that solo, bro. So would it be like each song is a different mission? Because I don't necessarily see this working as an MMO, but I can definitely see it being like a world tour game, but each mission is like scripted adventures. So like your first mission or your first,
it's like a ranked like an esports style format. You load in, you queue in with your 4 friends. You're going to be pitted against another team of 4 people. I'm imagining this is like a battle of the bands type game. You could queue up alone and be randomly generated with 3 other randos, but come on, we all want to queue up with our homies.
I don't think there's a whole lot of legs to do that. I feel like that could be a mechanic. And
you don't think there's a lot of legs in singing sea shanties better than other people?
I think you could do that, but I think people would want to experience more than that, because just going head to head is not the pirate life. It's not just the pirate life. It's also about getting treasure. It's also about like braving wicked storms and shit like that. And I feel just doing person versus person gameplay, I think, is not utilizing the concept to its fullest. But I do want to say, building on what you're saying, doing some yes and, if we have when we have a player versus player mechanic, it's just like that scene from fucking At World's End. Or is it At World's End? What's the third Pirates of the Caribbean movie where there's the vortex happening and it's the 2 ships like circling around the vortex firing cannons at each other while they're both
Jack
like
Sparrow and Davy Jones are having a sword fight on one of the masts. God,
yeah,
dude,
and
don't
also
get me
the other people are getting married in that moment. That fucking moment slaps so goddamn hard as a movie moment, and I have yet to see anything so fucking bombastic, but at the same time like, wow, I have so much feels right now.
There is no better film trilogy than the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy.
A lot of people from Star Wars would disagree with you. And
I don't care about their opinions.
But you see what I'm saying, right? It's just, if we do player versus player, each of you are that ship, and depending on how well you do during the singing, it's like you're trying to survive the longest, or like the loser gets sucked into the whirlpool while the other one manages to steer clear of it.
Yeah,
so
and
it's
like
just
different tracks will have different giant set pieces, right? Because it's all about a bunch of different sea shanties. So like maybe you can load in, and it is a PvP thing, but it's a randomization of like what tracks are gonna come up, what set pieces you're gonna be able to do, and it's gonna have one of those like minimalistic designs that all the music games have these days. So we'll be able to just plant pirate ships wherever we want. It's a minimalist pirate ship, whatever.
All right, AJ, what's your favorite sea shanty right now? Because guess what? We're singing it live right here.
The Nickelback Rockstar sea shanty version that they just released like a week and a half ago.
Wait, Nickelback did a sea shanty?
Version of Rockstar, yeah.
Nickelback. Wait, hold on. Rockstar sea shanty? What? That doesn't count.
Fuck you. You can't come in here and be like, oh, what's your favorite one? And tell man.
Well, I think sea shanties are like, I feel like a defining thing about them is that each of those songs is like 100 years old or hundreds of years old. Like Drunken Sailor is an old song. At least I'm pretty sure.
I don't know how old the Wellerman one is. Hey, man, you can't do this to me. You can't change the rules on me in the middle of it.
Yeah,
you're just mad because I had such a good answer in my pocket. You were hoping to catch me out.
You can't gatekeep sea shanties. They're for everyone. They're pirate. They represent pirates. They don't listen to the rules.
They're for everybody. Also, I will admit, honestly, I'll be honest. I'll expose myself a little bit here. I actually don't like the Rockstar Sea Shanty version very much.
You don't like the Rockstar?
No, because here's the thing. I've been singing Rockstar by Nickelback for years. It's one of the greatest songs ever made, in my opinion.
That's incorrect.
It's one of the most relatable tracks out there. It has a sing-along ability that is just intoxicating. It's like a top 10 karaoke jam. And you know it's true. There's absolutely no one out there that would listen to Rockstar by Nickelback and think, I think that they hold bad ideas. No.
I honestly cannot
Everybody
remember
feels
ever
Rockstar by
hearing
Nickelback in their soul.
I cannot remember listening to that song. Like, I remember, like, you know what's so weird is growing up, my mom and dad were both really into Nickelback, but just for some reason, I can't remember any Nickelback songs. I remember more like my mom was like a hardcore goth chick when she was young. So she was like very into Rob Zombie, Nine Inch Nails and stuff like that. So I remember more like Rob Zombie tracks from when I was like 6 than I do Nickelback tracks for some reason.
Can't really bring Rob Zombie to a karaoke club, can you? Anyway, I don't like the sea shanty Nickelback version because the cadence on the choruses just feels bad because it's all sea shantyified, and so I want to duck and weave those notes the right way, and they don't.
Well, you and I did promise for both of us to sing a sea shanty live on air with our horrible
we don't have
phone
to.
connection.
Do you want to do the next submission?
You want to do it what now?
We don't have to sing. We could just do the next submission.
Oh, come on. We could. When have we ever sung on the podcast? I think that'd be fun.
Blake, if we were to sing Nickelback's Rockstar, we would get hit with a DMCA. I'm concerned that we would do it too good.
You're right. I don't want to lose the 5 cents of monetization we make on our YouTube versions of these things.
Exactly. Also, literally this week we just had to watch Metallica not be able to play their own music. I was just about to say,
AJ, if we did it, fucking Twitch would replace our shit with some casual fucking 8-bit music. You know what, AJ? Wait a second.
Yeah, let's do a little explanation on that. Hey, everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Spiritual Successor, sometimes a game news podcast. So earlier this week, Twitch had like BlizzCon. They were like, oh, we love Blizzard now again. Oh, Blizzard's cool again, guys. Forget all that horrible shit they did in 2019. And so Blizzard had Metallica come on for part of their live show stream. And when Metallica said, all right, y'all, time to play some heavy Metallica shit.
Yeah,
they had to cut the audio on the Twitch live stream and use royalty-free music that you could find on a cursory Google search. It was bizarre. The clips you can find of it feel fake, and it's wild.
It was just the funniest thing because it's just so fucking funny. Because when you picture Metallica, you picture like a bunch of old like.
You don't have to picture Metallica.
Dudes.
You can see them in the clips.
Yeah, I know.
They're playing the music.
Well, no. When you see the image of Metallica, like which is like a traditional like kind of metal, like very dark. Band, and then you just have this it feels like a fucking opening to a YouTube family vlog, and I laughed so hard because I was at work, I was in the middle of doing work, I wasn't in the middle of doing work because I was watching this Twitch thing, and I just bust out laughing with all these people around me. So I'm just watching Metallica just fucking absolutely just be serious and jamming, and then it's just this royalty-free ad-friendly music.
I don't know how it got happened. I don't know
so
how
beautiful.
We're in hell.
I don't know, man. Like, well, here's the thing. When it comes to things like that, I get why they did it, and the way it works is every song that is royalty free has to be submitted to the platform so the platform knows what not to flag. I think what happened is they did not submit those to their algorithm, because like when you buy royalty free music from something like Epidemic Sound or Artlist.io, all of those tracks have been submitted to be royalty free. That way this is a little known fact.
You're green lighting the tracks so that they're not automatically flagged.
Yes. So that way, if like there have been times where like you and I are doing a short film or doing some trailer or something like that, and my subscription to Epidemic is down, but I can still download a set number of songs and use them, and they won't get flagged because Epidemic has already delisted all of those from being, flaggable. So
yeah, and Metallica shit
yeah.
is like marked as like, if you hear this melody, even
Yeah.
like even just like 3 notes of it, flag that shit, get rid of it.
and I think for some fucking, and that's the part that's just so lazy and funny to me, is that the fact that they knew ahead of time that Metallica was gonna be there and didn't flag their music, or what could have happened actually is that they didn't know how to take away the royalty free without preventing other people from also streaming the Metallica thing, because there are like those things of like people are capturing the stream and then restreaming it elsewhere. I think they were trying. I don't think they knew how to cancel one but flag the other ones that are doing pirate streams or whatever, which is so wild and
Blake,
so weird.
hear me out, bud. Hear me out. We
gamify this. Yeah, what are you thinking?
Obviously, this sea shanty song that we're creating, it's going to be a very good game. Very good, very cool, very awesome game. Here's the thing that I'm realizing that during our developing process, we didn't bother thinking about. We didn't think about streamers, did we? Because fuck them. Why would we? So here's what I'm proposing. Our sea shanty songs. We have online esports PvP. We have incredibly cool animated action sequences for all of our game. We have an incredible rock band system to which you can sing along with and get those jams. The music? No rights. No rights for those tracks. If you start streaming this thing, you're getting royalty-free songs put in place.
How about you? How about this? I want to put even more stank on it, because I feel like that's the easy way in. I want to put our players in a really rock and a hard place predicament. So you can stream this game, but if you sing too well, guess what? You're gonna get flagged. So you have to sing well enough to play the game and succeed at the game. But if you sing too good, guess what, bastard? We're flagging that. We're flagging that. All those thousands of views you just got, they're gone. Your whole all that time that you spent building this community, and it's gone. It's gone forever. And there's nothing you can do about it. So,
our algorithm is on high alert for these tracks, but you better do it bad. You better do it bad, or we will destroy your career.
But guess what? If you do it bad, you're not going to excel at the game, and people aren't going to watch your stream. So it's just going to be this high octane, like walking this fine line. It's like being a pirate. It's like this high octane thing, but any moment you could die.
A pirate.
Like being a pirate, dude. It's just like at any moment your ship can sink, and you're gonna be fed to the waves beneath you, or you're gonna get caught by what was the name of
the law is just a second away. Any moment it could strike. Go, be free, be true to yourself. Find the rush that you want from singing sea shanties with your friends, despite the rampant and abusive music industry making our lives a hellscape in the digital age. Go, be free, but watch out.
Be free, and be free within our borders. And then it's so fucked up, because you could make this match like pirate life like fully, because remember there were some pirates that were like legal pirates. They were like, because Britain was a piece of shit, and they were like, yeah, you can be pirates towards our enemies and we won't charge you for it. So could you do a thing of like anybody that's Twitch sponsored is like a legal pirate, like they can sing as well as they want?
Are we going to excuse the Twitch partners? Of fucking course we're going to permiss Twitch affiliates. Are you kidding me? That one fucking dweeb with the blue hair and the headband, that absolute misogynistic shithead, we're never going to flag him.
I was worried there for a second. I thought we were gonna make a fun game again. Nah, man, we gotta make something. We gotta keep true.
You ready for another submission?
Yeah, I would love another submission.
This comes from Philip Carlson on Twitter at RevolutionB or at RevolutionNutB. A fighting game where you're 2 astronauts trying to punch and kick in the vacuum of space.
Oh, interesting. So it's basically, is this kind of like is this like our game, I forget what it was, Fast and Loose, where like every action you take has a reaction to yourself? but
So
like,
Fast and
but
Loose
it's
was
not an FPS.
was our incredibly soft body first person shooter. This is a game, I want this to be like a side-by-side fighter game, but your characters are stuck in the vacuum of space and you have no real way of moving.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you know what, actually? Hold on, let me think about this a different way. Blake, we all have white whales.
Yeah.
One of my white whales, one of my many gamer white whales, is the movement system when you're in space in Dead Space 2 and 3.
Oh, yeah. God, those games rocked. Yeah. I know, I totally get you.
Now, what if we made a video game where you were in the vacuum of space and you had the movement controls of Isaac Clarke in space in Dead Space 2 and 3, but instead of guns, it was a beat 'em up. So you could use the super cool and convenient tilting and rotating of the Dead Space movement system. But then instead, when you hold left trigger to like aim down your sights, your character squares up, and then all of a sudden your buttons start activating your punches instead of your like gravity whooshes or your little jet streams on your robot pack.
Let me throw some stank on this. I feel, as much as I loved the Dead Space 3D mechanic, I felt like you lose where you are pretty frequently.
Yeah, that's what makes it good.
Well, no, I think
That's what made it so nice is that it was so rotation safe and like, there's no up or down in space. The fact that you could get lost and disoriented is what made it hit so right, Blake.
Well, I don't think that would be like, I feel, like when you and I were playing that one fighting game where you can be a bunch of like shonen protagonists. It's not Jump Force, but it was like I was playing like Naruto and you were playing the dude with like the fire on his forehead. And remember like half the game you and I couldn't find each other and how fucking boring that part was. I feel like that would happen the whole time. So hear me out. It is like Capcom versus Marvel, where it's like a side view fighting game, but it does have the freedom of the vacuum of space, and you have a limited amount of air in your tank. So every movement you do has to be calculated. You can't move indefinitely. So basically every time, like every round, you start off with a full tank, and that full tank of air is what propels you or moves you, via Dead Space. So you have to do a fighting game where all of your moves are limited. Guess what? If you going in for your final punch and they manage to block it, guess what? You're a sitting duck now. All you can do is just stand where they want you to, and they can just move around you and beat the shit out of you. So it's just something like that, or do you want, because we're trying to make cool games that should not be made and stanky, do we want to do the thing where they just constantly can't find each other, and then if they run out of air, guess what? They're both just stuck at random points in this giant...
If we're going to do the side-scroller type game, I think that there should be no boosters, and that you just kind of have to punch and kick and hope that you'll get towards your enemy. Very slow burn, frustrating gameplay.
Okay,
if we do a 3D style, then I think that perhaps the fighting causes characters to fly away from you in the same way that the J-Stars or the Bandai Namco style fighting games make the characters fly super duper duper far away. But then we add in there is no up flight system of the Dead Space video game.
Okay. I want to throw one little thing on it.
A fighting game where we use the movement system of Dead Space 2 and on an oxygen tank system, and that you have to go around and you punch people real good and then they fly away super far, is a game that sounds dope as hell to play. A fighting game that's a 2D fighter that you have to hope that you drift towards your enemy? Very funny.
Well, you know what would be fun? Just to add a little bit of stank on this, you use the dropkick system where it's one punch is all it takes is to defeat that enemy. So it'll be like it's a scramble to find each other, and you're using up your oxygen at the same time. And if you run out of oxygen, then you're basically a sitting duck, and all they need to do is just like go behind you and nothing personal, kid, punch you in the back of the head. Does that sound good? Like it's that way the rounds are like still like it's a scramble to find each other and get like that one punch on them.
So it's the 3D movement system where you're just trying to get the jump on your enemy?
Yeah, I think so. Like, because I'm imagining there's gonna be. I'm imagining there's gonna be like a bunch of debris,
just,
right?
Like, moving around. Yes. If it's a 3D movement system game, then like, yeah, it's a bunch of debris. It's a bunch of things that you can hide around and hide through and hide behind, and it's essentially a dogfighting game, but with a very satisfying movement system. That rules.
Dude, hell yeah. Okay. That's a game. You want me to give you another one?
Yes, please.
All right. This one comes to us from Caleb. All day, all bay Martin. Cooking Jerry from accounting. Wait. Are they mentioning Jerry? Jerry from accounting? We fucking hate that guy. Give me another submission, Caleb. All right, this one also comes from Caleb. A game that uses your collection of figurines and body pillows as amiibo. Much better, Caleb. I appreciate you. We do not mention Jerry from accounting in this house. We do not accept Jerry propaganda. Okay, figurines, I'm not too interested in because that's already been done. That's what amiibos are. They're figurines. People collect them, all that good stuff. Body pillows, on the other hand, now that's something to collect. Picture this, AJ. It's 2000. When did Toys R Us not? When was Toys R Us still open? To picture, it's 2017. You walk into a Toys R Us. It's beautiful. Beautiful speckles of color and toys and figurines all around you. And then on the far end, right where those collections of pre-owned $20 Xbox One games, there's just a rack of every body pillow imaginable, and each one of them has like a little sensor in it on the back of the pillow or on the corner of the pillow that allows you to scan them into whatever amiibo game you're playing. So this is like Skylanders, but with body pillows. And you know what this means, though, is are we going to get body pillows of our own original characters? or are we gonna create, or is it just a body pillow of every, like, I mean, like, what would you say? I feel like body pillows come from anime.
Out as body pillows of our OCs, but as we get crossover events,
we get Fate Go.
That good, yeah, we get that Fate Go crossover event. We get that good. What's that one anime that's really hot right now? Rent-A-Girlfriend? We get that Rent-A-Girlfriend crossover?
Okay, so is this a fighting game? Because I feel like most amiibo...
I don't give a shit what the video game plays like. It could be Skylanders for all I care. What I want to do is the body pillow itself can be scanned. We're going to have official gamified body pillows that people will have to go out and purchase and probably throw on a body pillow of themselves and just, take a little snuzz with. In fact, perhaps we will gamify that if they snuzz with the body pillow, they get more points.
It's like keeping your DS on to count your walks, or what is it called? Like your pass by shit?
Yes, it's you keep just like you would have the 3DS to count all your steps. You have a special made body pillow with different anime people on it. And if you're sleeping, it has like a sensor to detect body heat. And so if you're sitting there with your body heat rating on it, you're gonna get some points.
Okay, so is this gamifying sleep? Like, are you...
We're gamifying sleep finally, because there's always been like, oh, Pokemon Go, we've gamified going for walks, whatever. Pokemon teeth brushing, we've gamified brushing our teeth. Yeah, cool. I'm still gonna stay up super late, just like brushing my teeth super hard to grind. I gotta grind. I gotta brush those teeth super good and get all my good Gengar points.
I picture like we're sitting and like about to do a Destiny raid, and it's like wicked early. It's like 6 p.m. right, and we're all like gearing up, like, hey man, everybody logging in to do our raid. Like Lucy, Brooke, Andrew, all of them. They're like, yeah, we're logging in. And we're like, hey, where's AJ? Like, oh no, he's grinding right now. I'm like, it's like 6 o'clock. Like, what do you mean? He's like, he's grinding right now. He's sleeping with his body pillow. He's got to rack up those sleeps, man. He's got to rack up those Z points. I gotta get those Z points. Yes, thank you, Blake. Z points. And then you can spend Z points to upgrade your characters in game. What is the game? Again, I do not care. We can talk about that in a little bit, though. I want to focus on the peripheral. The peripheral is a body pillow that is specially made by us. Yes, you sleep with it. You get up the good points. AJ, perhaps it has a snooze detector, so if you're snoring, you get extra points. That's how they know that you're not just laying in bed cuddling. Okay, this is what you do. This is what you do, because I've been trying to get a little bit more fit lately, and I'm wearing this fitness watch. And actually, most fitness watches have it detects when you sleep and how deeply you sleep. So what I'm thinking is, there's like a sensor on the back of it that like keeps track of your pulse control and all that, and it also keeps track of like how little you move and shit like that. But that's beside the point. What I'm saying is the body pillow itself has its own sensor, so it can tell like body heat measurements and all that other stuff. And then you also have to wear a watch while you sleep. and that keeps track of your pulse and other stuff. That way you can't cheat the system by keeping this body pillow near an oven or something like that, because I'm sure there are people that would try and cheat this system. Here's the fucking stank, AJ, because this is I want to make so much money, and I want it to be wild.
Only the nudie body pillows that we're selling, right?
No. I don't want to. Okay, I know this is a joke thing, but I don't want to be fucking disgusting on this podcast. Okay, we're not doing. I'm not. I know. I want to be slightly irreverent and fun and all that shit. I don't want to talk about nudie body pillows.
You
Sorry.
want to class up the body pillow market. I get it. No, we're trying to de-alienate that brand. We're trying to bring it back to a level that like is an acceptable hobbyist type thing. I get it. You're so right.
I want this to be a thing where people can like walk into a room and see a body pillow and not be like, oh, it's just a body pillow. Okay, whatever. Because body pillows are fine.
You want to
rebrand
these things so that when my mom comes in and sees that I have a body pillow of an anime girl, my mom thinks, I'm so glad he's getting some good sleep.
Your body pillow is a little bit different, admittedly.
Well, we're not talking about that one now, are we? We're talking about the one we're building in this fictional game. We're trying to create body pillows our moms can be proud of.
Yeah. That's the long line. Body pillow
you can bring home to meet your parents.
Bring home to your parents. Okay. Here's the stank though. Because this is a game that Okay. So the point is that you sleep with these body pillows and you rack up you rack up Z points, and those Z points can be used to maybe here you go. You can buy a new sleeve for that body pillow. So it's like, hey, they get the let's say it's Saber from Fate. You get the first outfit of her, which is like her in her fucking sweet armor and big ass sword. The next outfit you get is like her when she's helping at the cooking restaurant, like, and she's just like really sweet and cute and awesome.
These are skins in game, correct? Or are these
these are you can unlock things? actual like new sleeves for that body pillow.
Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you then. I think that when you get those points and you can unlock physical purchases in the same way that Destiny had this incredible thing where if you Destiny 2's Bungie store, you have to complete in-game challenges and then you can unlock the ability to purchase clothing from their Bungie store. This is usually a raid jacket. So if you beat the new Destiny raid within the first week, you'll get a special code. You can then take that code and gain the ability to purchase a jacket from Bungie.net. This is the thing that they do. It's super dope. It's super cool. I love
it's really common. I know Fate does that with like their trading cards. Like you go to the arcade and you play the game and then you can...
the way the Fate Grow arcade works is when you put in money, you actually get a physical card out of the machine. That's why the machine hasn't been localized.
I thought you actually had to pay additional for the cards. I thought that was the whole point of it. I'm pretty sure you have to pay to print them. But either way, they get it.
Anyway, this isn't the do in-game successes so that you can buy real-world things from the digital store.
But this isn't the stink. This is what I'm getting at here. You can only sleep with one body pillow at a time. Here's the thing about people who own body pillows and figurines, AJ. Nobody just owns one. You gotta like divvy up your time, and here's the thing: if you don't give enough time to that one specific body pillow, guess what? They become inert. You can't get any sleep points with them anymore.
Their stats start to drop.
Their stats drop, and eventually, if you've gone like 48 hours without sleeping with one of those body pillows, guess what? They no longer accept points, and you can't unlock new things for them. They just become a regular ass pillow again, and it's a pillow worth. How much does a body pillow cost? Because it should cost like double that. Body pillow, let's say it's like $60. So like this is like buying a Ring Fit Adventure, so it's like $120. I don't think that's how much Ring Fit Adventure costs.
Ring Fit costs $80, so we'll use that scale. Buying one of these pillows costs $80.
Yep. And then you also So you have to figure out how to divvy up your time, because I feel like so many people would want to own so many different body pillows, and then you'd have to like build out an Excel sheet of your schedule. Because the body pillows are linked
to in-game characters.
Yes. So you have to like any dating game or any sort of like investment time, like Persona, I think is a great example. You have a limited amount of time to spend with whoever you want, and that's the person and if you don't spend that time with them, that relationship cannot grow. You can't reach like 100% on it. You can't unlock all of those buyable sheets for the pillow, and other various things. So it's just
So what
'cause
does the game look like then, right? If we've created the idea that like thematically,
AJ, what does sleep look like?
Our actual game, like the gameplay with our peripheral looks like you select a body pillow. We understand that we will be spending a lot of amount of time with this pillow. Probably so that we can get those Z points so we can level them up in game or purchase different skins for that body pillow.
I don't think there's an in-game thing. I think this is just like purely like you get a phone and it just shows you your in-game character, and maybe it shows them like being static or whatever. You know, just like
so you want to
little
do this as like a Tamagotchi?
Yeah, it's basically Tamagotchi, except it's like a body pillow that your mom would approve of.
Yes. Yes. Okay, Blake, we're at 53 minutes. I think it's about time. We need to figure out what our nug is.
God, we said we were gonna do lightning round stuff this week, but we didn't do anything. AJ, can we do some lightning round stuff? Can we just like, hey, we got 3 minutes per submission, and then we just go for it?
3 minutes per submission. If we even do 3 of them, then we're at 9 more minutes on this podcast.
Yeah, and then you and I can
talk about our nug.
And then you and I can wrap up. Yeah, what we figured out. Okay, how about this? You give me one more, and I give you one more, and we do like 2 minutes.
Each.
All right, your turn. Go ahead.
This comes from our Reddit again. This comes from Polaris Gears, a fun and friendly kart racing game where you constantly are fighting the inner urge of a first-person shooter.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
wait a second. I like
it's Gran Turismo. It's Gran Turismo, but you notice that when you sit down to play Gran Turismo, you go into your first-person camera, and what's this? You have a crosshair in the middle of the screen. Well, that doesn't seem right. And then you look to your left, and you're like, "Oh God, the crosshair went with me." And then you're just playing your racing game, like a normal racing game. But if you move that right analog stick down, so you can look at your lap or maybe to your gear shift, you notice what's that? A gun in the passenger seat. No,
Okay.
Don't do it. Don't do it. But
Okay, hold on. I have some stank. I have some stank on this for you. You know, like when we're playing Mario Kart and we do that game where you can't drink and drive at the same time.
yes.
Yeah, you can't drive and shoot at the same time. So you have to stop your car completely to take up aim on that gun and fire. So it's a constant give and take of like, oh, I'm going to do a little bit of damage, but I'm also going to like stay in front. And you can only shoot at things that are in front of you. So you can't just do a thing where you get really ahead of people and then shoot behind you. You have to like stop what you're doing and like aim and shoot at cars that are slowly like getting distance on you. So
every car only has one game, and it's a sniper rifle with an incredible amount of zoom. So the idea being that like the gameplay loop is a constant decision between A, continue driving, or B, stop the car, aim your sniper rifle, shoot somebody's tires out.
God,
that's the only two like decisions that you have in this game.
See, I like that because none of the tracks are like straightaway, so it's like there's always turns. So you have like a millisecond to take a shot. You can't just like post up while somebody's going on a straightaway in front of you. Okay, cool. Game. That's a game. All right, this one comes to us on Reddit from Roldford. Hideo Kojima teaches typing. AJ, I don't know if you knew this, but did you know the final cutscene of Death Stranding is 3 hours long? It's like
That makes sense. It's a Kojima
it's
game.
like it's 2 hour 40 minutes. Guess what? They won't talk unless you type out the words that they're saying. So it's So there's Hideo Kojima's game. It's all one big cutscene, and basically you have to type out, and it's all timed. So if you don't type out that whole sentence in the time that it would take a regular person to say it, guess what? You don't get that piece of information. You just gotta go the rest of the game without knowing that story. So
Now, are you told what you need to type out at least? Or are you told it like letter by letter?
I guess it
Maybe
shows
you're told letter by letter what it is. Like you see it come
that's
up on the
good.
screen. So you have to type super duper fast, and then once you've completed the sentence, then they say it.
How about this? It shows you word by word. So it'll be like, hey, it's like I'm taking the bomb to the volcano. So it would show you
So
I'm,
you see the word
and as soon as you're
I'm
done saying
taking.
I'm, and then yep. So it's just a Hideo Kojima long ass cutscene. It stars what's that one guy he like super had a crush on? Mads Mikkelsen is finally the lead star of this game because I know he just always wants him to be his lead star.
Yeah, that's what he wanted.
That's what he wanted. So it's Matt Mikkelsen on some sort of sci-fi horror adventure, and you have to type out everything. And I'm wondering if you could do a thing too, where because there will be scenes where nobody is talking. You actually have to type out you have to type out the sound effects as well. So it'll be
yes.
like
I think
monster
that this
noises.
game wouldn't even be like a super high sci-fi adventure, because I want to make sure that our character is typing a lot and a lot and a lot. And I know that our boy Kojima loves to write. I think it's a courtroom drama set place in a sci-fi world with all sorts of sci-fi things. So
shit.
The amount of typing, you're going
cool.
to be typing and ticking away so much.
Oh, fuck. I would play the shit out of that, actually.
Perhaps actually instead of teaching typing on how to, here it is. Instead of teaching typing on like how to type your normal word keyboards, it teaches typing in the way that, like, you know how courtrooms have the little machine that they have to type in, it's a phonetic keyboard rather than like a letter keyboard. So it has a different alphabet than what we normally use because they're typing out a different language, essentially. This game is teaching you how to type on one of those. So you're the little person that takes all the notes in a courtroom. So everybody's like talking, but nothing matters if they've said it because it's not in the documents unless you write it down. So you have to catch everything that is said in the speed that the characters would say it.
Okay, well, I don't like that because then it removes the whole thing of, like, if you don't type it, you're still listening to the story, so you're not missing out on anything. It's just like a matter of, it just becomes like, oh, make sure you get enough.
There's good endings and bad endings. If you don't succeed the mission, you'll just the game will continue and you'll just get the bad end, I guess.
Oh, so it's based on what percentage you get. So like, hey, your average is that you get 70% of the words correct or whatever, or
no, not a percentage thing. There will be key lines that people will say, and if you do not get those key pieces of evidence from when they're on trial, then in 3 days when they try to double back and look at the court records, if you didn't write it down, that guy's going to get off scot-free because there's no official recording that he said, yes, I did it. It was me, actually. I was the one that did it. You weren't fast enough.
I like this. It does not give you any hint that that's what's going to happen.
Correct.
So you have to play through, like, it's Kojima, so 10 hours of gameplay just to have that one thing resolved. And be like, oh, fuck, that thing I did 10 hours ago. Man, oh, fuck, shit. Okay, cool. That's a game. What's our nug?
What is our nug? Let's look over at some nugs.
I think High Seas is pretty good. Like High Seas is
very good. Yeah, this rhythm-based video game that if you do too good, we will DMC strike you 100%.
No, Twitch will DMC.
That's true. Twitch, we didn't do it. That's not us. That's you playing with your fate. Hey, Blake, I know we're joking about this, but is this not? Here's
kind of
what
what's
sucks
already
about
happening.
This. I feel like this is dangerously close to a reality, right? There has to be a rhythm game out there that, like,
AJ, it's the suck force at work, baby. It's the suck force at work.
Yeah,
it's
suck force at work.
Shit.
Let's book it. Yeah, let's go ahead and put a seal on this. High Seas.
High Seas, or it's high at letter C apostrophe S.
I like it. High Seas, a shanty-based rhythm game that we've gone through none of the legwork to legalize any of. Well, like, we legalized the right to get the songs for the game, but not to stream it. Good luck. Have fun.
You know what we could do? We could release, like Cyberpunk did, a stream-friendly version, and it's just that royalty-free. None of it's sea shanty music.
Yeah,
it's none of it's sea shanties.
Well, the streamer safe version that we'll release still expects you to sing the music, but again, don't sing it too good. But the backtracks behind it have all been replaced with royalty-free music.
It's Drunken Sailor put to some fucking royalty-free ukulele.
And if you sing Drunken Sailor too good, you will get flagged. Like, there is a streamer safe version, but again, it doesn't protect you if you do too good.
Yeah, it's streamer safe in quotations.
That's a
ready
game.
For patch notes?
Let's go to patch notes.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Patch Notes. As you know, Texas is under a very, 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 very bad storm right now, and people are getting hurt, and they need help. So below, AJ has very kindly prepped some of the links that you can check out with ways to help.
Yeah, this is going to be a list of a couple different articles. You can scroll through and find which ways you feel most comfortable giving your support. I know that giving support can be tough right now, but any little way we can help people out in the Midwest and Central America is a huge help. I understand that this does go outside of Texas. I've heard stories about West Virginia also being in a really bad spot. It is crazy what is going on right now.
Basically it's like, the whole center of the United States is like getting hit with like a huge cold wave, just like
in a way that they
and
weren't
stuff.
expecting, and it's put a lot of people in a lot of really rough spots. I've heard places just losing their water because everything's frozen up. So again, I'm going to have a list of different links that you can find in our description for this episode, and you can donate and service boost any of these things at your best convenience.
Thank you very much for checking it out. We hope you yourself are staying safe out there and
take care of
taking it
yourselves
day by
out
day.
there. Help anybody you can. Thank you as always so much for listening. Our intro and outro is Cheap Shot by Anna Monoguchi. I've been your host, AJ Hart.
And I have been your other host, Blake Rand.